Let's queer up LGBTQ plus civil rights. Last-minute GOP amendments to spending bill strips LGBTQ plus centers of funding. In what lawmakers call an unprecedented move, House Republicans introduced and moved a last-minute amendment stripping 3 community projects of funding as part of a committee markup for the 2024 Transportation, Housing, and Urban Development Spending Bill. Of the 2,680 projects previously approved, these 3 all served the LGBTQ plus community. The ranking member of the committee, Connecticut Democratic Representative Rosa DeLauro, called the GOP move one of terrorists. The Republican-led House Committee on Appropriations took up and passed a last-minute amendment to remove funding for 3 community centers serving LGBTQ plus seniors in Massachusetts and Pennsylvania. LGBTQ plus Senior Housing, Inc., William Way LGBT Center, and LGBT Center of Greater Reading were all stripped of funds. Illinois Representative Mike Quigley said the projects make up 0.1% of the funds requested. Representative Brendan Boyle, whose Philadelphia area project was defunded, says he and many of his colleagues suspect Republicans just search for the word LGBTQ plus to see which projects to target. Democrats point out that these projects pass muster and review, and their only problem is including that acronym in their name. Florida Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz said that in 18 years, she has never witnessed members strip funds from another member's project in this way on the Appropriations Committee. Well, first off, do we love Rosa DeLauro? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
And since she's from that neck of the woods, I have to say, we love her. We love her.
Yes.
But I would love to be able to channel my inner Julia Sugarbaker about them stripping funds from LGBTQ plus seniors. And I'm a hell of a lot closer to being in that age group than I care to admit. But, this points to why we need to vote Democratic, because the Republicans have it out for us. They have always had it out for us. They have had it out for us since the 80s with Reagan and 83,000 dead of AIDS before he even muttered the words. Maybe I didn't channel my inner Julia Sugarbaker.
Well, it just goes to show that the bigotry and the hatred of Republicans simply knows no limit, no bounds at all. Yeah. And also, thank you to old Mother Reagan, who set this set us on this course. It all goes back to him.
And this is just petty. I mean, this is based. I think the budgets, these veto budgets, were like in the tens of thousands, not even hundreds of thousands. So we are literally just picking. I mean, I think Boyle is right. I think they literally just use Control F, find LGBTQ, find the instances, and just scratch it. Yeah, because it could. I bet that there's more LGBTQ budget, centers that are included in the budget. They just didn't see it because it wasn't named that way.
And it's also just one bill of like 13 spending bills that need to be passed. And I'll tell you, this story makes me very nervous, and I'll tell you why. Because the Republicans in the House have pushed through a lot of amendments that are never going to make it out of the Senate. No, they'll make it out of committee, and they'll probably make it out of the House. But the Senate will kill them, and they probably won't meet when they go to their joint conference to hammer out a final version, like abortion limits and things like that. Here's what scares me about this, is that these are 3, as you pointed out, very small projects, and they could fall through the cracks. Because they're very small. They're in 3 very safe districts. They don't really. This isn't a hill for politicians to die on, even if they're leaving. Even if they're leaving the rest of seniors to die on.
I'm from Pennsylvania, and Reading tends to go Republican to begin with. I'm just saying.
Okay. But in the recent redistricting and all that, I think that district is a little safer than it has been. Kind of like how Orlando is safe, but they pull out a piece of Orlando and then attach it to the redneck suburb or the red drawn suburbs outside of it.
We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ plus evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out Television Network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ plus community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ plus community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.